Good afternoon, everyone. Double tornadoes in Morocco. Cyclone over Spain. Double cyclone heading toward Australia. Emissions decline in northern Italy, visible from the satellite. Same with China. And the super rich are paralyzed as private jet travel is restricted. Oh, all those promises of safe haven restricted. And as much web browsing as I do, I need a way to protect my sources and sites that I visit. You can head over to virtualshield.com, and in the download tab, I'm going to choose Firefox. And click Install Now to add the Virtual Shield add-on. It's just that easy. And get started with your free 30-day trial. Install it, click Connect. You'll see the shield turn from red to green. And you'll see how from my initial service provider, I was able to even change my IP. Virtual Shield Network protected. And during the month of March, Virtual Shield is offering a special 30% off all VPN plans and all premium add-ons. The link's in the description box below. Severe Weather EU putting out these photos of tornadoes. Ouad Zem, northern Marrakesh, Morocco. And I said, wow, this is amazing atmospheric anomaly here. So I decided to start to zoom in on some of the images. Doubles visible in the landscape there. But those closer, and don't tell me this is some dust devil coming up. This is a full-on tornado. If this was in Nebraska or Kansas or Texas, for sure this is classified as a tornado. Are you kidding me? It's nothing else. But to deflect and say, oh, it's a dust devil, own up to what it is. Tornadoes in the deserts of Morocco. This looks straight out of the Wizard of Oz. Are you kidding me? Dust devils? Yeah, good try. But then other atmospheric spinning anomalies here in Spain. They try to term it as a low, but when I see the hook and the spin in that, for me, that is a cyclonic low masked in the lexicon. It's not what it really is. It's something else versus what the words we just told you, but the satellite says it's a little bit different. Over to Tropical Cyclone Gratel. This first smashed the North Island of New Zealand and then headed toward Australia, followed by a second tropical cyclone. Storm cone here where you can see it's going to hit right into northeastern. Wait a second. Is that where the Chinese are with the new cattle ranching, where the basins are going to fill up so the cattle have natural river flow and more fodder in the fields? Imagine that. It's in the exact same area. No way. Really? Coincidence? They never tracked cycles for the last 4,000 years on Grand Solar Minimum changes. They call it well-defined, but between the cavitation here, look at that north-south orientation coming off of Antarctica. So I wanted to zoom in a little bit here so you can get a good indication of how these cyclones are combining amongst themselves. And this is the visible, so we're going to move over to vortex action, pulling everything up. Extreme cold. Now look for New Zealand, since they're coming into the fall now, to experience something record cold they haven't seen before, because the way this cavitation is pulling, extreme cold from Antarctica right up over New Zealand. But don't mention the Grand Solar Minimum, it can only be CO2. Now looking at the amount of factory activity over northern Italy. Now keep in mind, this is a huge carbon black producer and different types of tires for the constituents going into tire production and different rubber industries across the planet. Nitrogen dioxide decreases northern Italy. So where is this in the supply chain going back on those relying on automotive parts, specifically targeting carbon black? And if you look at early January 2020 compared to where we are now, mid-March-ish, huge reductions in the amount of emissions coming out. It means huge reductions in the amount of travel, factories, airlines, and those having fun barbecues outside. Lifestyle change 101 right in front of you. sensational drop in pollution in China, we see the same thing echoing across any country that has the CV moving through the nation. That's a gigantic drop right there. So one of the world's largest emitters, which Greta never has gone to because, they would just kick her to the curb. How dare you lecture our culture that's been around for 4,000 plus years on how to handle our internal affairs. Get out of here. January 1st compared to mid-February, gigantic drop as well. So we can expect almost everything across the entire planet. Plus, the number of flights has reduced 75% over these last few weeks. And speaking of flights, the super rich are paralyzed as jet travel is restricted. Commercial, reduction 75%. There's only 25% of all commercial flights still going to places, and they're gouging you left, right, and center. Yeah, internal inside the United States, you might get a flight for $150 from Miami to Los Angeles, where you're now locked down indefinitely. But internationally, they're gouging you at 3 to 5 times the normal price. So a ticket from, let's say, Taipei, Taiwan back to Atlanta, Georgia, normally $1,200 or so. They're now charging $5,000 US. Hey, thanks, air carriers. I'm going to keep using your service. You're so kind. But the super rich have their own air carrier services where they pay up to $150,000 to be able to use these chartered airlines. Well, guess what? Flight restrictions? No way. I have money. I thought I was part of the master plan. But suddenly, nobody even knows all the flight restrictions. They're changing by the hour, every day, every half day. That's all changing. Everybody's locked in place. The ultra rich want to leave London. They can't. Back to India. But I thought I was an integral pawn in the whole plan. Guess what? You just got played. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of the video. TrueLeafMarket.com, heirloom and organic seeds for any grow zone on the planet. And you definitely want to grow microgreens during this time. Imagine how much your neighbors are going to appreciate if they go to the stores and they can't get fresh greens and you're growing them right next door. Although there is a shipping delay, and I hope our shipping continues through the next couple of weeks so you can get seeds that you order from True Leaf Market. Originally it was 5 business days. Now they're moving that out to 10 business days. So literally double the time. Grow it, share it, help your community, help your neighbors, and be the beacon for your community that you can do it yourself. Grow your own and move through with a positive vibration during this time of darkness. I'm David Dubine here at Adapt 2030, and I will see you next video.